Our economic model is broken. Since the Industrial Revolution, we've been stuck in an endless pattern of producing, using, and discarding. This linear model is hugely wasteful, it's fueling climate change and putting the future of our planet at risk. There isn't a limitless supply of raw materials, and we're now at a point where we drastically need a new approach. Thankfully, help is at hand, and for decades academics have been exploring new economic models which are based on a completely different set of principles. This is where the circular economy comes in. It is designed to be restorative rather than consumptive, and it is built on the values of resilience and regeneration. Let's take nature's cycles of growth, death, and rebirth as an example. A plant grows, and when it dies, it returns to soil as nutrients to support new life. Nothing goes to waste. We can do the same with our economy. If we change the design of products so that they can be recycled and reused and regenerate environmental systems, we can future-proof our operations. By understanding exactly what is meant by the circular economy, businesses can cut costs, boost competitiveness, and improve profitability. So let's take a look at what this might look like. If we're to move away from the linear model of producing, using, and discarding, we need to create a new system, and that's just what the circular economy is about. A circular economy involves a new approach to product design. If the things we make are to have longevity and not end up in a landfill at the end of their life, we have to design out waste and use materials which can be reused. This demands a change of mindset. For the last couple of centuries, the focus has been on designing products that can be mass-produced, bought cheaply, and cast aside when they are no longer of use. Our modern economy has been built on ravenous consumption and waste. We buy, we use, we discard. Whether it's our clothes, toys, or toasters, we purchase them cheaply, use them briefly, and then send them to a landfill. That just doesn't make sense environmentally or commercially. The circular economy seeks to combat waste and pollution through better design. That might involve anything from manufacturing biodegradable cups to designing washing machines that can easily be taken apart so that their components can be reused. Now, imagine that your washing machine stops working after a few years. Instead of taking it to the tip, it's returned to the manufacturer. The machine will have been made with standardised parts that can easily be repaired, or, thanks to its design, it can easily be taken apart for its components to be redirected and remanufactured. Your washing machine hasn't reached the end of its life after all. Once you've finished with it, it has one way or another been fed back into the supply chain. With this new economic model, the things we make are designed to be recycled, repaired, and remanufactured. By embracing new techniques and technologies, manufacturers can ensure that waste is no longer built into product design. That way, manufacturers have access to a limitless supply of new materials, the cost of production is drastically reduced, and we no longer need to divert tons of redundant products to landfill. In the circular economy, the cycle need not be broken. Even when we consume perishables like food, packaging either biodegrades or is returned to the manufacturer to be recycled. Nothing goes to waste. You might think of the circular economy as simply putting the brakes on climate change and limiting the impact that our actions as humans are having on the planet. But it's so much more than that. It is, by its very nature, regenerative, enhancing as well as protecting our environment. It adds value, creates new resources, and helps restore the natural order of things. Let's go back to looking at nature. Natural cycles focus on returning natural resources back to the environment. When a plant decays, its nutrients return to the soil. What one animal discards helps feed another. We can learn a lot from that system. Instead of simply extracting what we want, how can we ensure we're giving something back and topping up the planet's supply of natural resources? First, let's go back to design. If we use compostable and biodegradable packaging, we can return nutrients back to the ground, increasing resources rather than amassing waste. That's what the circular economy is really about, being regenerative. Next, let's look at ways we can turn waste into something useful, which enriches rather than damages the planet. Take the example of anaerobic digestion. Biogas is created within a sealed oxygen-free tank. This is then used as a fuel in a combined heat and power unit to generate renewable energy. Once the process is complete, What's left is a nutrient-rich biofertilizer. This is the circular economy performing at its best, using animal and food waste to help fuel our planet and feed our plants. Closed-loop systems like these will revolutionise production and our relationship with the natural world. So now that we've looked at what the circular economy is all about, it's time to see it in action. A growing number of businesses are recognising the opportunities to turn waste from one process into the raw materials for another. Closing the gap not only makes environmental sense, but can create a really successful business model. The circular economy can incorporate a variety of different sectors within its virtuous circles. The key, as we have established, is forming links to turn waste into something of use. Edinburgh-based business Wylde spotted the opportunity to apply its biotech expertise to transform byproducts from the whisky industry into a valuable resource. The company takes nutrient byproducts from the whisky distillation process to produce omega-3 rich microalgae. The algae are then processed and sold as an animal feed supplement. By creating a new resource in the lab, myalgae can support a key ingredient to customers including fish farms, pet food manufacturers, and nutraceutical markets. The business estimates that 1 tonne of its algae saves up to 30 tonnes of wild fish. Using innovation to transform someone's waste into another's raw material is just what the circular economy is all about. Companies like myalgae prove just how easy it is to disrupt the linear model and for something both profitable and regenerative. Thank you for watching this short explanation video. If you'd like to know more about the services we offer, including our sustainability consultancy, courses and programmes, please visit our website. The link will be in the description below. From all of us here at Wylde Connections, we hope to see you soon.